Hi guys and gals, Al Smith here. Today we're going to talk about an enhanced version of the Bergen Convention. We call it the Wide Bergen. Okay, and I'll explain this a little bit later as we get a little bit farther into the lesson. Remember, this particular lesson is part of the response system course when your partner opens one heart or one spade. Hey, let's just take a little bit of look at the history of the Bergen races. They were, in essence, created and introduced by Marty Bergen in 1982. At least that's what Wikipedia says. And what it is a conventional bid that allows the responder to show 4+ card support for the opener's bid when the opener opens one heart or one spade in the first or second seat. It complements the preemptive jump raises we talked about in the last lesson. And in 2 lessons ago, it also complements the Jacoby 2-note trump, which we'll talk about in the next lesson. And it also figures in with the splinter bit. Okay, the purpose of this convention was to immediately tell the opener the responder had 4+ card support and a fairly exact point count, distribution points. Okay, it was comprised of 2 bids, 3 clubs, 1 heart, 3 clubs, 1 spade, 3 clubs. Said, hey partner, I've got 4+ card support and 7 to 9 distribution points. And 3 diamonds says I've got 4+ card support and 10 to 11, which would be a 4 card support limit raise. And you can see these are fairly narrow point ranges. So the goal was to, for the responder, when they had this super bid of 4+ cards in opener's bid major, to tell them very explicitly how many points that they had. So the opener could determine whether they should be in game or not. Okay. Now, like everything in bridge, everything evolves over time. And as it was played for a while, everybody recognized it was a great innovation. But there were several weaknesses discovered. And the first weakness that was discovered that was using 3 diamonds to show the stronger hand limited the bidding space, so that the opener had difficulty in terms of asking the responder more about their hand. Okay, so that was a serious problem. So reverse Bergen arose, where in essence the 3 club and the 3 diamond bid were reversed. That introduced quite a bit of confusion in the bridge playing community, but that was the first step in the evolution. Okay, then the next thing was that the weaker Bergen bid, over time, we all kind of came to the conclusion that it was, well, relatively worthless, because just look at it from this perspective. You open 1 heart, I bid 3 diamonds, saying I've got 4+ hearts and 7 to 9 distribution points. Well, what does that tell you? It doesn't tell you a whole hell of a lot. And it doesn't give you any capability for asking me any questions to explore whether we should be in game or not. So that became a serious problem. Then about 10 years ago, there was the creation of what's called the Kokish 3-way game try. And this is kind of an extension of what's called the circular game try. Okay, everything is always evolving in bridge, but the 3-way Kokish game try is by far the best help suit game try. It gives you 2 bites out of the apple. But what that did would say, okay, let's make constructive raises a little bit more inclusive. So what we ended up doing as part of this is to take the weaker Bergen bid and call it a constructive raise. And instead of jumping to the 3 level, 1 heart, 2 hearts, include it within that constructive raise. This gives the opener a lot more capability to explore game if they have the right hand. Okay, so what this also did is allow us to collapse the Bergen convention that used 2 bids into using only 1 bid, which is a big, big thing. So that allowed us to kind of redefine how the bids are used within the jigsaw puzzle. Okay, and allowed us to enhance the other bids to make them more specific. Okay, in essence, it created enough bidding room so that we could use we could differentiate between a balanced limit raise and a roughing limit raise. As in the last lesson, we talked about 1 heart, 3 diamonds being a balanced limit raise, saying I've got 3 hearts and the exact shape of 3, 4, 3, 3 and 10 to 11 high card points. Really cool, really exact, gives you a lot of information, makes decision making really easy. It also allowed us to refine and make the Jacoby no trump bid more explicit, and then allowed us to reuse 2 no trump in conjunction with 3 no trump to more accurately to show hands with 2 card support and specific ranges of points. Okay, let's take a look at this in a little bit different. Okay, what does the Wide Bergen say? It says, well, we've got 4+ card support. Okay, no singleton or avoid. Why? Okay, well, what we want is the Wide Bergen to give me as descriptive as possible. We've got 4+ card support and 10 to 13 points. What we're going to do is make a splinter bid. If we're a hair stronger, 14+, we're going to use the Jacoby 2 no trump enhanced version. So this allows us to make make this bid very, very explicit in terms of the number of cards in support, the number of distribution points, and the shape of the hand. Okay, that's really critical. It gives an opener a tremendous amount of information. Okay, we're going to restrict it to 10 to 13 points. Why do we have 10 to 13? Well, we want to be able to take that 4-point range and divide it in half. So we can say we've got 10 to 11 or 12 to 13. I'll show you how to do that in a little while. Okay, and what this does, it has a number of benefits. It allows us to better handle weaker opens. For example, if your partner, and all of us do this, if we sometimes open with 12 or even 13 points, okay, and it can be kind of a ratty hand, we don't want to be pursuing game if we don't have enough points. So this allows us to get more clarification from the responder as the opener to make a decision. Okay, also allows the opener to ask for clarification about the exact point count, 10 to 11 or 12 to 13. It also makes all the other bids that are part of this little jigsaw puzzle more explicit and more specific. Okay, now, how does this convention get initiated? Well, if your partner opens 1 heart to initiate Wide Bergen, you bid 3 clubs. If your partner opens 1 spade, you bid 3 diamonds. Okay, these are very specific and they're conventional bids and as such are to be alerted. Okay, now let's look at that. After the responder initiates Wide Bergen, okay, the convention allows the opener then to ask the responder, well, do you have the minimum in the 10 to 13 range, which is 10 to 11, or do you have the maximum? Okay, so you can ask that question and get your partner's point count down to 2 points. Okay, which makes bidding, determining whether to explore game, to explore slam, to sign off much, much easier. And here's the form of the bidding. Okay, as the opener, you open 1 heart, your partner bids 3 clubs, initiating Wide Bergen. Okay, and you bid 3 diamonds. What's 3 diamonds? Says, hey, partner, you got 10 or 11, or you got 12 or 13. Same structure for spades. 1 spade, 3 diamonds, bidding 3 hearts. Says, hey, you got 10 or 11, or you got 12 to 13. What does the responder answer to that? Well, if they've got 10 to 11 distribution points, the minimum, what they're going to do is rebid the major at the 3 levels. Say, hey, I got the minimum. You can do whatever you want. You can go forward. You can sign off, whatever. I've told you, I've got the minimum. Okay, if you got the maximum, 12 to 13 distribution points, any other bid says, hey, we got game somewhere, because the opener shouldn't ask unless the maximum gives them the positive answer for going to gain. Now, now any other bid. Now, if the responder has got a balanced hand and the 12 to 13 distribution points, that should be 12 to 13, not 14. Have to fix that. Okay, he should bid 3 no trump. You say, well, he might have an unbalanced hand. Yeah, he might have an unbalanced hand, but you're going to leave it up to the opener to decide where the best contract is based on the information that you can communicate. Okay, you can't have everything, but you can get pretty doggone close. Now, once the opener gets the response, they can sign off at 3 of the major. They bid 3 no trump or pass 3 no trump to play, or they can bid a new suit to show first or second round control to start exploring slam. Or finally, you can just bid 4 of the major to sign off at the game level. So this is an elegant convention, and it's very, very easy to use. Okay, let's take a look at some examples here. Okay, in this first example, we open 1 heart, or our partner opens 1 heart, and this is our hand, responder's hand. Okay, and look at it, we've got 4 hearts, and we've got 10 distribution points, 3, 6, 8, 9, and 1 for the double club. All right, what's the point range for Wide Bergen? 10 to 13. So this is the exact hand that this convention has been built for. Okay, we want to bid 3 clubs and say, hey, partner, I've got 4 plus hearts. I've got 10 to 13 distribution points, and I do not have a singleton or void. That's very important. I do not have a singleton or void. Okay, let's look at this example where we open 1 spade. As the responder, we've got 12, 13 distribution points. Okay, now remember, this one is at the bottom of the range. This one's at the top of the range. Okay, so yeah, this is another one where we want to use Wide Bergen. We're going to bid 3 diamonds. It says, hey, partner, I've got 4 plus spades. I've got 10 to 13 distribution points, and I don't have a singleton or void. Okay, so that's a tremendous amount of information now that the opener can use to determine where the correct contract and the correct level. Let's look at this third example. Our partner, the opener, opens 1 spade, and we've got, look at this, we've got 14 distribution points, 4, 10, 12, 13, 14. Okay, can we use Wide Bergen? No, we're too strong. Okay, now it's really important when you use all of these conventions in conjunction with one another, is that you really pay attention to the point ranges, the number of cards that support the point ranges and so forth, so that you give your partner the most exact description of your hand as possible. So what are we going to do? We're going to use the Jacoby bid, which I'm going to call the enhanced Jacoby 2 no trump bid, later in the next lesson. Okay, now let's take a look at this example here. Here, partner opens 1 heart, and we've got 9 distribution points. Okay, can we use Wide Bergen? No, we want to only use Wide Bergen when we've got 10 to 13 distribution points. What we're going to do is we're going to make a constructive bid of 2 hearts. Okay, now what we've actually done is increased the number of different hands that can be used in the constructive bid, where it says, hey, I've got 3 plus support and 8 to 9 distribution points. What this does, it gives the opener a lot more capability to use more frequently the help suit game try, especially the Kopish 3-way help suit game try. So see how all these pieces fit together. All right, let's look at example number 5. In this one, our partner opens 1 spade. We've got 4 spades, 1 heart. Oh, wait a minute, we've got 1 heart. Can we do a Wide Bergen? No, we can't do a Wide Bergen because we can't do with a singleton or void. Let's see how many points we got. 12. So what do we want to bid here? We want to bid a splinter. Okay, so the splinter, we tell our partner we're going to bid 4 hearts. This tells our partner we have 4 plus spades. We've got 11 to 13 points, distribution points, and we had a singleton or void in hearts. Okay, so you say, well, what are we going to do if we're stronger? Well, we're going to use the Jacobi, enhanced Jacobi to neutron. So you can see how these pieces actually make all the other pieces much more specific, clearer, and easier to use. Let's look at example number 6. Our partner opens one heart, and what do we got? Well, we've got kind of a hard hand here. We've got 5 spades, 4 hearts, 2 diamonds, and 2 clubs. Okay, so we've got 15 distribution points. Okay, we know that we've got a 9-card fit in hearts, and hearts is going to be trump. But do we want to use any of these other things that we've been talking about? No, we want to tell our partner about the spades. So what we're going to do here is we're going to bid 1 spade, and then later on, just like we normally do as part of the 2/1 bidding system, we're going to bid 3 hearts by jumping in hearts and saying, hey, I've got a bid for you in hearts, and we've got game forcing points. Okay, it's important to be able to understand and see how these pieces fit together. Okay, now let's take a look at some examples of what the opener's second bid should be after Wide Bergen. All right. So in this first example, we open 1 heart and our partner goes to 3 clubs, which is Wide Bergen. Say, I've got 4 plus hearts. I've got 10 to 13 points, and I don't have a singleton or void. So we know that our trump, our roughing power is limited between the 2 hands because we know our partner doesn't have a singleton or void. Okay, but we've got 13 length points. Now we go, well, if our partner's got 12 to 13 points, that's 25 to 26 points. And with 25 to 6 points, 25 to 26 points with a 9-card fit, we should be able to make 4 hearts. Okay, so however, if my partner's got 10 or 11, it gets a little bit more iffy. So instead of just blindly jumping the 4 hearts or bidding 3 hearts to sign off, what we're going to do is we're going to ask our partner, say, hey, partner, do you have 10 or 11, or do you have 12 to 13? And how do we do that? We bid the gap. We bid 3 diamonds. Okay, and it says, hey, partner, tell me what you got. And if our partner's got the minimum, they're going to bid 3 hearts. If they got the maximum, they're going to bid something else. Let's take a look at this hand. All right, partner opens, we open 1 spade, our partner goes to 3 diamonds. We go, oh my God, partner's got 4 plus spades and 10 to 13 points. I've got a huge hand, I've got 17. Okay, if my partner's got 13 or 14, we should be investigating slam. At least look at it. Doesn't mean we're going to bid slam, but we're going to at least investigate. Okay, so what do? We're going to bid the gap. We're going to bid 3 hearts and ask our partner whether they've got 10 or 11 or 13 or 14. If they say they've got 10 or 11, what are we going to do? We're going to bid 4 spades and sign off and take the money and run. Okay, if they've got 13 or 14, hey, we might want to start bidding first and second round control bids just to see what our partner has. If they got the right cards, they might end up in slam. If they don't, we'll sign off at 4 or 5 hearts, 4 or 5 spades. Let's look at the third example here. Okay, partner opens 1 spade. What do we got this time? We got 15 length points. Okay, if we take our 15 and we take the 14, that's 29 points. Okay, so we know we got, and if we take the bottom, 10, take the bottom of the range, 10, that's 25. We take the top of the range, it's 28. Okay, so we've got between 25 and 28 points between us. Okay, do we want to investigate slam? Nope, we don't have enough. But here's the question. We've got 5-3-3-2 distribution. That's a balanced hand. Do we want to be playing this contract in 3-no trump? Or do we want to be playing this contract in 4 spades? Well, one of the ways to determine that is by asking our partner what they've got. So we're going to bid 3 hearts, okay, and asking if they've got a minimum or a max. And if our partner's got the maximum and a balanced, semi-balanced hand, what they're going to do is bid 3 no trump. If they bid 3 no trump, we're going to go, aha, I've got a balanced hand. I'm going to pass and we're going to play on 3 no trump. If they come back and they bid 4 hearts, we know we're just going to 4 spades. We're just going to pass. If they start first or second round control cue bidding, because they're at the upper end, 13 to 14, we're just going to bid 4 spades and sign off. So that's pretty easy. You see how I use that to collect information to determine where we should go and how we should do it. Okay, one final thing here. Let's take a look at this. Okay, our partner, the opener, has asked us, okay, you got a minimum or a maximum? Okay, in this first one, he opens 1 heart. We go 3 clubs. We've got 6, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10 distribution points. It says, are you a minimum or a maximum? We're a minimum. So we're just going to bid 3 hearts, saying, hey, we're a minimum. Okay, and yeah, it's an alert because you got to tell the opponents that the responder is just told you've got 10 to 11. Okay, even though it's a natural bid, it's still artificial and gives explicit meaning. And if you're using that as an agreement, you have to share it with the opponents. All right, let's take a look at another example here. Here, our partner opened 1 spade, and the responder bid 3 diamonds. That's us. And our partner, the opener, says, hey, you got a minimum or a maximum? Well, let's see what we got here. Well, we've got 13 high card points. Okay, and actually we've got 4, 8, 11, 12, 13. We actually have 14 distribution points too. I'll have to add that so the handout is more exact. Okay, so we've got 14. So what are we going to tell our partner? Okay, we bid spades. We've got a stopper in hearts. We've got a stopper in diamonds. We've got a stopper in clubs. What we're going to do is we're going to bid 3 no trumps, saying we've got the maximum, fairly balanced hand. You decide whether you want to play the contract at 3 no trump or at 4 spades. Now, if the opener's got an unbalanced hand, you know what they're going to do. They're going to bid 4 spades. If they've got a balanced hand, they're going to pass and play it at 3 no trump. Okay, especially if they've got in the range of 27 plus points, because why? 3 no trump making 4 is worth 10 more points than 4 spades making 4. You get 120 in trick points in one, 130 trick points in the other. Let's look at one more example here. In this one, our partner opens 1 spade. We say we've got a Wide Bergen response of 10 to 13 points. Okay, and opener says, well, are you a minimum or a maximum? In this one, we got 13. We've got we don't have blockers and all the unbid, but we've got 13 lane points. So we think, yeah, the suit contract probably looks best. You know, it might not be, but you're not allowed to go around and look at the opener's hand. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to show first or the second round control. Okay, you say, hey, partner, I've got enough to forego the game. If you've got a strong enough hand, you can even explore slam. So what I'm going to do is bid 4 diamonds, which guarantees you that I've got 12 to 13 and first or second round control of diamonds. Now the opener will either bid 4 spades to sign off or do something else to investigate slam. Okay, isn't that cool? You know, Wide Bergen is not very well known yet, but it is going to become the accepted and standard convention. Okay, the previous slide gives you the information where you can contact me, my email address and my phone number if you want to talk to me. So I hope you have a great day. And again, remember, if you've got questions or anything, send me an email or give me a call. Look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.